Hey guys, and future me, I hope you're doing well. Um, I thought I might start off this video with something I had a lecture on earlier this week, and it was on disability and poverty. And in that lecture, the conversation kind of skewed away from disability in like a clinical context and changed into, are there any medical schools that have people with disabilities, so students with disabilities that enter medical school. And I was pretty surprised to find out that in most medical schools there are naturally some barriers that prevent people with disability to enter medical school, and that causes some people to hide it, and it causes some people with more obvious disabilities that really want to be a doctor just can't. But the interesting thing about that is if you go into medical school, normal, and you have some sort of accident that renders you disabled, the medical school will still allow you to continue and become a doctor. Like, they won't just abandon you. And our lecturer gave this wonderful example of this guy who, in his third year of medical school, he had an accident and became a quadriplegic, and he was like one of the first doctors to become, first medical students to become a doctor while being quadriplegic, and he ended up being a radiologist. And I thought that was really amazing. And the reason I'm saying this is because, originally, before I had that lecture, I was just going to make this video on, with a few random things that I thought, were really annoying that I should work on, and hopefully I've fixed by then, and just kind of get a snapshot of how I feel at the moment and what I value. But after that lecture and that conversation, I feel like the most important thing I want to say to myself in 10 to 15 years time is, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to change, what difficulties you face, what things are going to turn your carefully guided plan completely upside down. So I guess what I really hope that you have is the courage to deal with what's going to happen in case something you don't expect to happen happens. Okay, so now that real talk's out of the way, let's get on with it. Okay, I hope for God's sake, by the time you're a doctor, you actually know how to tie a tie. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, stop trying to get your dad to tie your ties or someone else to tie your ties. Just figure it out. Alright, number 2. Still love music. It is something you've had in your life, and it's gotten you through the most difficult points in your life. And please, just make time for it, alright? Like, just get your guitar out every now and again and just have a sing. You don't have to try and play gigs like you do now. Just use it as an outlet to express yourself every now and again. And don't forget, that feeling you had the first time you ever stood in front of a crowd of people, the first time, and sang in front of them. Like, that took a lot of courage, and that was the catalyst for a lot of change in your life. So don't discredit it. Don't put it to the side. Always keep that in your heart and keep that in your mind. Same goes for exercise. I don't want to hear, I don't have time, or, I got other priorities. Like, make time for that kind of stuff, because, it's really important to you now. Number 3, can you please start recording all your videos in landscape, because I can't even find a good B-roll for these videos. Think about it. You got a YouTube channel, please think about recording more videos in landscape. I'm sick of this. Alright, number 4. Stop beating yourself up for having a break. I feel like every time you sit down, you get in your head this idea that you should constantly be doing something, and although it's good right now, it's not good for you long term. So just chill for once in your life. And last but not least, please humble yourself, mate. I don't want you to get all caught up in the prestige of the idea of being a doctor and let that impact the way you treat patients. You're not better than anyone, and you never will be better than anyone. Just try and do what's best for the community, you know, and put people first, always. Alright, I had a bit of fun making this video, and if anyone watched it, enjoy it. It's not really for anyone, it's just for me, but yeah, it was fun. This video was brought to you by my sponsor. I don't have a sponsor. Alright, cheers for that. Bye.